not just in this group, but they're in their next group stage event, and as well as hopefully in the finals for them.
You know what? Doc really is Naruto. He's got, he's a great player. He's got perfect control. Like, what just happened? Doc just went crazy. What play? What's this rotation? And then he just calms down again, back to Naruto vibes. So yeah, he is really him. He is the main character, if you let him be.
That's a fact. That is a fact for sure. I mean, Aurora, what a roster right now, currently in 5th place, right? They're sitting pretty right now. They could definitely make things happen here as we take a look at this next circle. It goes back down south, so very kind of a little bit more eastern from the school finish that we saw. But we're seeing a lot of teams make their push downwards. BTR going to have to come down from Stalber. Meanwhile, you got...
Oh, wait. K1's there? Okay. On the low.
All right. A little gatekeep action early on, just in case.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's...
Just in case.
I wouldn't call it gatekeep because K1 is definitely not ready for this heat. They have a massive 2-2 split. They got 2 players on Stalber Mountain, 2 players in Northern Yasnaya Polyana. They are not set up for this fight. And good response from K1. This is not worth it. You have a little bit too big of a gap between your 2-2 split. Regroup if you can. And Bigatron might take a few shots just to demand respect out of K1. Quick little spray. There you go. Pushing them back into the depth of Yasnaya Polyana. And this is good for Bigatron to let that rotate happen and not continue their own rotation because it just gives them a bit of a better scope of the land of where teams are so they can have a better entry point in the circle. They know as a fact that K1 is right ahead of them, so they should be going for a little bit of an eastern rotation to try and get their way into phase number 2. So good response from the 2 teams, realistically.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you want to avoid that engagement, absolutely. So K1, get away from it, and BTR just taking their time, getting that lay of the land like you mentioned, and now going to find a way in the circle. It's still zone 2, right? So you have plenty of time to just think, figure out what you're going to do into this next zone, but the longer you take, a lot of those positions are going to be long gone. Some squads that still need to move on into this circle. You got RRQ making a move all the way from the pretty much the beach at this point. You got Yang Galacticos that need to move into this circle as well. But so far, so good. Still every single player remaining as they start getting ready to heat things up in this next stage, Max.
I don't know if you saw that very interesting 3-1 split from Tiamba. Oh, there you go. We got a little bit of a POV. So they got the 3 players in this area, which I hate this area because it's very easy to lose cars. It's hard to protect it fully. Like here, for example, if Regnum Carrier peek over your car, the wheels instantly pop. So I hope you got a bit of extra loot from those gas stations to get it back in working condition. But Eagle was very far to the eastern side, next to Alamo, next to D plus Kia, actually, to be specific.
Yeah.
I feel like it was kind of, they were trying to fish. They put like the hook out with the bait. The bait was Eagle.
Come on over.
If a team crashes it, they got that 3-player angle. That might be the play. I don't like the split personally, so I do like to see Eagle back in the vehicle trying to rotate. But they were trying to do something for sure. I would love to talk to them to know why. Why is this 3-1 split happening? Because it's quite rare to see it go down the way they were doing it this game.
Well, you know what? The zone shifts, so that's got to go out the window. Now it's time to get moving here. Let's see how they push in. They have Loxy pre-firing just in case, not taking any chances as the zone is closing here. The Yasnaya Field north side, we're going to see some teams start making that move. D plus Kia finding a nice central position. Tianba dead central in this one. And Aurora coming in from the south side, going to find a nice spot.
You can always tell a lobby is insanely stacked when you have yet to get a single elimination on stage 3, right? No shenanigans on the early game, no weird hot drops, early game rotates. Like, no, we are taking it as slow as humanly possible. So I'm enjoying it. This lobby definitely putting some S++ tier action on your screens. It's KRX. A little bit of a tough hiding spot. I always hate it when you have to try and hide in one of these garages. One off angle and your team gets fully eliminated. Wolves do pick up Elementrix and we'll get back into hiding. But KRX here, got to be careful and definitely hide those cars well. And they do hide it right behind that wall. So that's some good tech here to park those cars.
Holding it down. Got to make sure you have some just in case that zone shifts away from you. Wolves on the move as well. Everybody just kind of holding that spot. That's always the hardest part too, Max, right? For any like new squad that makes it to the highest level of PUBG Mobile esports, you know, they're used to playing these different scrims, they're used to playing their own little mini regions, and then they get here and they see, and it happens every single time. I talk to these players like, hey, what happened? They're like, Dude, there's 64 players alive in zone 5. You know what I'm saying? Like, what is going on? This is so different. He's like, we just realized that by zone 2, everything taken, you know? And that is the hardest part to kind of overcome here. And it just goes to show, right? Like, the top squads, Max, they realize that, you know what? When we don't have that most favorable position, we got to get those eliminations because it's going to be tough to win this one. And those squads that do get those favorable spots, hey, we got to win this one, and we got to win it big.
Yeah, you got to leverage those strong positions to maybe just get a top 5, top 3, even a chicken dinner in the best kind of situation. So that's going to be the main goal for all of these guys. As Thunder Talk, Sitting, Jing, Awake, AJ, all going for their quick southern rotation away from Potato Hill. Got to be careful, though. Aurora is in the shadows, lingering, waiting for their time to strike. They are currently in a bit of a split. They got actually not a bit of a split. This is a massive 2-2 split. Aurora got 2 players northeast of apartment, and they're getting surrounded by Thunder Talk. Yes, Aurora, thank you. No ego fighting, no useless engages. Cops, this is not worth it. Let's get right back onto Doc and Reefers. Where was this Aurora back during PMGO, Hot Jukes? Where were they?
Oh, man, so smart. And I got to agree that the zone goes away from them, though. They're already in the vehicles. I wonder if they're going to just kind of hit a little bit of a U-turn. Yep, they're going to go ahead and try to find a spot in this next circle. Alpha 7 has the hill, though. Yeah, once they saw that, they're going to like, you know what? We got to park it out and think this one out just a little bit more.
Got to be careful there. Yeah, Alpha 7 trying to snatch away the high ground of Regnum Caria, which they've done so successfully without really spilling too much blood. So Regnum Caria going to have to give that spot up for free. As K1 and KRX, that's going to be China versus Korea, fully unfolding on the battlegrounds. As Alpha 7 also picked up by Wild of Regnum. So now we reach that breaking point where there's just not enough space, Hot Chicks, for 64 players in this battlegrounds. And now the blood is being spilled all over the place. The grass will turn red as D plus Kia got himself Alamo, but BTR lingering just behind them, looking to go for a push. And we know that the moment they decide to commit to a play, Hot Jukes, oh boy, that crash is going to go crazy.
Yes, it is. First elimination happening 15 minutes into the game. So late, folks. So, I mean, that is what I'm talking about. These teams playing it very calculated. Aurora just kind of teasing Alpha 7 at this point. Just saying, oh, here I am. We're out of here. And Alpha 7 gonna move up. Okay, they're gonna try to find a circle. What is going on here?
What's Aurora doing? Reefus is on the back end. Doc is over solo to the west. You got 2 players kind of, as you said, teasing Alpha 7, just going up and down the mountaintop with their vehicle. What is Aurora doing? What are they cooking? We just don't know. We have no idea. As Wolves RRQ.
They are cooking.
Yeah, they are cooking something. Is it going to be a good meal or is it going to be terrible? I don't know. Hopefully they'll be able to become Sanji from One Piece, because you know that it's going to be a 5-star meal. As Wolves pushed up by RRQ. Got to be careful though. Fiora's got a backside angle onto them. As Lepar, the nade, and the Orc Spray will get rid of Lepar. That's going to be the end of the line for him, it seems. Followed by the grenade in particular. Yeah. Oh, wait, actually. Able to tank it a little bit. Can he get to his teammates and get rezzed? That nade might have a bit of a different plan in mind for him.
Goes in the building, does piece up a little bit of RRQ here. Baton waiting for the rest of his team to get up. Elementrix is now rezzed.
Push it.
Here they go on the push, little by little. Yep, they got to get this thirsted very, very quickly here. I believe they're all in the closet. Let's see what Baton can do with this nade. Oh, he's got it. This should be a good one. He knows exactly where they're at, and he gets them. 2 knocks, 1 left. Wolves picking up some serious eliminations here.
I still feel like
getting shot from the back though.
Yeah, this took a little bit too long to take, but you know what? It's still happening in the end. Don't push it 1 by 1. That's a mistake. You can't afford to pull out. 1's down. Necessary Elementrix looking for the 1v2. Can they get it? They will eventually, but suffering an unnecessary casualty. North America will still come out on top, get the 4 eliminations, but Fury are like, we are getting involved in this discussion. They still have 4 players. If they don't get the res in time, it's going to be a 4v2. That fight took way too long, Hot Troops, and Furia are there to capitalize on it.
And even though it was only 1 minute, you're absolutely right. It was way too long. You cannot hesitate. That slight little slowdown punish the Wolves, and that one mistake of kind of going in 1 by 1 into that closet. Wolves now down to 2 players. Furia gonna be a thorn in their side now. Now we'll see. Watch this happen. Next zone's gonna pop. Furia are gonna have to make this push instantly.
Ooh, maybe that's the play. Oh, yeah, they have to.
Hold the zone.
Okay, you have to send it. The god dip of TT, no, I was going to say TT Project. Their team tag confuses me. Thunder Talk is still going to be in play for the Chinese squad, so they're going to be pretty happy about that circle transition. But yeah, as you said, Furia, they need to do something here. They have to push it. The natural progression of the game dictates they have to get involved onto Wolves. Even if they just want to leave the compound, you can't let your backs exposed to the North American team.
Ooh.
So definitely got to transcend it. But the thing is, look at the setups on the west of this compound. You got D+ looking your way. You got Thunder Talk also wanting to get involved if they can. So you got to be very quick about it, as that nade is massive from Ayala. The ex-Team Kesso player gets it done. Necessary in a 1v4. Not looking too good here for the side of NA.
Nope, Necessary does get a knock though.
No way!
DBS jump shot! Now, looking to get
No
one
way!
more! He gets a Yala, but sits him down. Great play there from Necessary, but sitting. Oh man, said, you know what? Time to calm down there, fella.
I actually really like the Furia pushed it as early as they did, because otherwise they wouldn't have time to go for the full reset. So they have 2 minutes to work with. But oh my goodness, Necessary, that was so necessary really at that moment for him to get that clutch. But yeah, a really good angle, and I was expecting it was all going to be Thunder Talk or D+ that was going to get involved from a range on that skirmish. So good engage with the Cardi from that distance. Go over to a POV of a team that's been a little bit silent this game. It's been Alpha 7. They did secure that diff that earlier on in this game was secured by Tiamba. But now they're looking at these teams. S2G crashing onto Razak of Bigatron. They get the angle, they get the shots. They're going to get prone in the distance to avoid that spray from Alpha 7. The constant barrage of bullets is never ending. But Guizao is already there. The anchor point of the team with Revo trying to nade the location of Tiamba. It's a good play, and it gets some work done. QZZ is out for the count, trying to get res. This could be the push opportunity Alpha 7 needs.
See if they're gonna pull the trigger here. Nice smokes there from Tiamba, kind of making Alpha 7 second guess this. They're trying to do some drive-by throwing nades here. Let's see if Guizao can get it. Okay, now he's cooking one. He's like, Revel, I got it. 2 seconds left.
Oh,
will that be it? Looks good. Oh, the bounce! What is that bounce?
How you can go that high? I've never seen a nade bounce so hard. That was a 90-degree bounce on that utility. Okay, well, good try, and they've just said, okay, we've given up. Let's just regroup and take the fight. El Clasico right now. But yeah, that nade, it could have been a double knock onto Tiamba, but the bounce just said no. The physics all over the place, but the nade connects. It's Carrillo. He gets Eagle. Followed up by the Molotov. Can he get QZ? Yes, he can. The other nade comes through. Aking gets the first aid. It's down to Milo and Aking in the 2v4. But the double car elimination connects Brazil. Out of nowhere, secures the ridgeline. Carrillo, Revo doing God's work on that push.
That is how you get it done there. Alpha 7 taking out Tiamba. Guizao throwing that crazy nade earlier. Was like, what is this nade made out of? Flubber? You know, but the rest of those nades, those were working perfectly. That's how you do it. Alpha 7 taking out Tiamba, and now they are set up in the zone.
You know, it's interesting because PUBG Mobile is such a realistic game in the way it works and the physics and everything. And then you have those moments, it's like, oh, it is a video game. Just like, okay, we remember it is a video game. That nade bounce should not happen in real life, though. It's going to be sitting. Just making not only his enemies sit down, but the entire lobby at times. Got a good play. Molotov also going to be chucked. I wish he held on to that, but he still has 3 nades. I would say, yeah, just cook that nade if you can flush it out. But I think he's waiting to hear Furia move with the car before he starts cooking it. Peeks out. Nice elimination confirmed with the S12K.
Give me that.
The Furia, you need to go for a push, and I would say sending on to Thunder Talk would be your best option. I would even send on the 3 players in a distance on AJ, on Zing, and Awake, and Igor goes on down. Furia, that rotation, the execution is just not there. It's way too slow, and because of that, they are getting punished heavily by Thunder Talk.
City throwing that heat-seeking missile, and at a perfect time they're slowing down Furia's roll there. Meanwhile, we got LGD getting the thirst onto Doc. Aurora pieced up. 3 players still up, though. Of course, it's Doc that goes out early. They are rocking a 2-1 split, though. One of their players, Reefus, is dead center in the zone. Meanwhile, Thunder Talk holding OP dip. Sitting gonna try to have to hold things down all by himself in that shack, with those smokes making it very difficult for Furia to things out.
I really don't like what's happening from Furia. Why are we stopping in nade range? This is such a risky position. You're expanding so many of your resources just to survive in a position that, as you can see on the minimap, they're not even in the playable area. Why are we not just fully sending it? I know that sitting, if you push onto Awake, Zing, and AJ, he has a background angle onto you. If you're not very cautious, you'll get eliminated. So you need to get rid of sitting, and then you need to push. The nade coming out, left, right, center. None connecting yet. How is sitting still alive in this game? This should not be allowed. He's on literally 10 HP now. 1 bullet Ayala gets it. Now you need to send it. Furia needs to go on the offensive.
Yep, and you see them trying to hop in those vehicles here. The problem is D+ now applying more pressure to Thunder Talk. That's advantageous for Furia, but they got to figure out, like, we have no choice. The zone is closing. We got to move. Chief deciding to go to the shack.
Why?
What?
You have two teams looking your way. You need to pick your fights and commit to it. I don't care if you push on D+ or Thunder Talk. Just pick a fight and commit to it. Furia lost 2 players for no reason. Now it's a duo, Higor, Ayala, and they're doing it again. No, please don't go to the shed once more. Oh, they're doing it. They're going for the open area. Furia, one of the biggest throws, just not committing to a play and getting decimated by this lobby.
Completely sandwiched. They go right into the center of the crossfire. And now D+ trying to finish out Thunder Talk here, but I am not sure what Furia was thinking on that one.
Same.
Really tough play.
By the way, we have Reefus as a solo. He's just chilling on that shed in the middle.
Yeah, he's all
he just ditched his squad. I don't need a team. I'm Reefus. I can do it on my own. And you know what? He kind of can do it. He did it in PMJ ECA. He got 1v4 with a nade. So it might happen. But Furia... And again, sorry, I know I'm harping on about Furia not doing the right play, but if the issue is they didn't want to push onto Thunder Talk because of the background angle of D+ Kia, just do a smoke as you rotate to block out the vision and then you just commit to the fight. It's secluded in that dip. That would have been such a good option, but unfortunately it is a bit, you know what, it's not a bit. It is a massive fumble, in my opinion. Though, over to the POV of players, we haven't talked about too much this game. S2G, the silent killers of this game, Hotchooks, got 6 eliminations. 2 for Kamikaze and 4 for the side of HamCG. And they got a good entry point up north, sending it right onto that garage that it is in a playable area. So this could be looking like a Turkish chicken dinner on game 3.
Meanwhile, okay, now let's look at LGD. Okay, yeah,
I take it back.
Wow, the curse. All right, now we're going to see LGD push onto S2G here. Nice nades, though, from S2G, slowing them down on this push. And with those knocks, yeah, they should be able to get a little bit more active here. Will S2G risk it and push outside the zone? I don't think so. Yeah, they're going to just hold that position for as long as they possibly can. But Tian, with those beautiful Molotovs, is going to definitely put some pressure on S2G.
Well, flashbang going to be used by Tiamba. Oh, it does connect onto HamCG. The nade does also do some decent damage, but the Molotov's got to be a bit cautious. I love these smokes coming out from LGD, just denying vision away from S2G, but lost those cooking. That nade, the bounce is good. It gets Tian. Woo! LGD, the push is just not happening as planned. Mau Mau, Ling S, and OAG still can redeem it. But the smokes are going to dissipate in about 30 seconds. Unless you've got a second round of smokes waiting to happen, you need to go because you literally have 45 seconds to work with here, Hot Troops. They need to send it, or otherwise the blue zone will do it for them.
They're out of nades. They have no more nades, nothing left to their name. So LGD out of utility. They're going to have to do it with those weapons. The shotguns are starting to come on out. Let's see who's going to be able to hit those shots here in the CQC. And BM trying to find a way around the corner. This next knock is going to be so critical. Meanwhile, they have a fair fight here. Trying to drive some vehicles around. Some shenanigans happening. Meanwhile, Ling's got gun. Hamsu ready with the DBS. The tension's in the air. Max, who's going to get that first shot? It's Hamsu, but immediately coming on back. Now LGD look to have the big advantage. And that's S2G out of there.
Yep, good engage. It took a while to get there, but you know what? They got the reset on their fallen comrade, and then they just sent it for round number 2. And round number 2 is the win for them up against S2G. So LGD, another strong finish back-to-back on Erangel, it seems. Representing China and the best of their capabilities. As now, the Eastern fight. D+ Kia, a team that's been lingering, waiting for their time to strike. Very opportunistic gameplay, especially on that third party earlier we saw onto Furia and the side of Wolves. And even on the fight with Thunder Talk. But now they're looking to take it the entire way. Put Korea back up on the map here for 2026. As Chip's a player that last year just dominated. So many strong individual performances from this guy. And Nolbul, one of the best movement tech players in the world. These guys have what it takes player-wise to get that chicken dinner. But Reefus could be the X factor that could ruin it. But he's got no nades, only a Molotov. And the nade comes in and Reefus tanks it.
All D+ has to do is pretend that this is the final match of the day in PMGC, and they will win every single game. D+, undefeated when it comes to PMGC last matches.
Is he just flashing it?
Yeah, it looks like that's what he's doing. Meanwhile, yeah, you can see Thunder Talk. Okay. Now, oh yeah, that flash didn't work that far out. Nice headshot there though on a Refus. AJ getting up close and personal now with a shotgun. Gets the confirmation.
Yeah, I feel like he should have been eliminated way earlier because of the nades, and a lot of them just missed completely. 2 nades that should have been an instant hit. Just did not work out whatsoever. But good, they get the control here. They're going to get, hopefully, the res onto Jing. I do wonder, D+ has been very silent this game. Do they have grenades? If they do, the grenades on the garage of LGD, and especially on that shed of Thundertalk, should be very easy to pull off. Especially with the caliber of gameplay we know every single player can execute on the battlegrounds. But utility is very lackluster. LGD use almost all of their utility to crash onto S2G. No nades, no smokes. That can make it really tough if you're just fully out of that utility resource.
Yeah, it just looks like 1 molly, 1 stun grenade there for AJ, and that's not going to be enough here. D+ taking their time here. This is circle number 9. Last zone. AJ going to be forced to just sit there in the open. Zing getting caught as well. Ooh, nice little repair there.
Yeah.
And they definitely needed it because that vehicle getting beat up instantly on the rotation. Ooh, nice shots from AJ.
Good try. I feel like it was a bit of a risky play here. I would wait for D+ to fight Thundertalk before committing to the fight yourself. And they do send it D+ with a good smoke throw. They squish them under their wheels. That's going to be Fabian to secure it onto AJ. And now looking to wrap it up, put a bow on top of this one. It's a gift. This chicken dinner, it's looking to head the way of D+ Kia. To get the damage done down to just a solo player, and it's just not meant to be. D+ Kia to secure your 3rd chicken dinner of PMMI 2026 in style.
Beautifully done there. D+ Kia just taking their time, right? Really just kind of waiting for the opportunity to strike. And the second they saw it, they took it. And they're going to push themselves up the leaderboards, that's for sure. We saw them pretty down when it comes to the first 2 matches. But after match number 3, they're going to be sitting pretty.
Yeah, definitely going to be looking really good. I'm intrigued to see what the leaderboards are going to look like after this chicken dinner, because are we still going to see, you know, your boys of Alula in number 1 position? I do believe so, but they went out relatively early this game, so number 1 might be open for the taking, especially if BTR got a few more points this game. I can't wait to see what the match rankings look like. But yeah, D+, they got their bullet in the hands of one of their players, ready to put it in that trophy if they can get it, which really would be so big to see Korea get a win. The last time we saw a Korean win was actually D+, right? Back at PMGC 2024 in London.
Yes.
And I feel like they are waiting to get the 2nd global trophy for Korea, because so far there's only got 1. And the 2nd one might be headed the way of D+ once again, as our MVP of the game will be none other than Chips himself.
There we go, Chips. 5 eliminations, 775 damage. Great game for the side of D+ Kia here. I mean, there's so many different ways to win a PUBG Mobile esports match, and yeah, D+ just say, you know what? If you just calculate it right, get yourself in the right position, you could definitely pull out that chicken dinner, and that's exactly what they did. And it was a great time as well. Nice and early. We are now at that halfway point in the tournament as you see this early engagement here from the Wolves. Just taking it 1 second too long and getting punished for it.
Yeah, I mean, Necessary still had a sick clutch. He almost made it happen for an A, but then, yeah, Furia, the last player, did make it work out. And not only that, also there were some off angles from the back from D+ Kia and also Thundertalk that just didn't make it possible in the first place. And you know what? I do want to say, I feel like I was very critical this game on what was happening with the likes of Furia. And we know this team can do so many good things, right? And I was very harsh on their rotation, but because we know they have that potential to do so many good things in these games, I want to see a bit more dedication to the cause, because here, for example, waiting here for as long as they did really caused their demise. So, Furia, I feel like this is a good learning experience to just sometimes you just got to send it, because the circle has a different plan in mind for you.
Yeah, Ayala, it just looked like Ayala saw that shack, was like, oh, I like that shack. I want it. And unfortunately, just not the right play. As we look here towards the end of the game, hey, by the way, you know, we see LGD super consistent right here, right? They're getting into those late games pretty frequently, and they're putting those points on the board there. But it is, again, D+ Kia to win this game. 9 eliminations total. With those 10, that's going to be 19 points. And almost 2,000 damage. A great game from them.
I especially love seeing Fabian and Nolbu chicken dinner. You know, a big fan of those 2 players when it comes to Korea side. But we'll see if they can try and continue build up some momentum moving forward, as our number 1 ranked team is going to be LGD. And it does make sense, right? You got a really strong finish from them last game. They got himself, what was it, a top 4, trying to exit outside of school, and they do it here on the outskirts of Shelter. Got himself a really solid finish once again in that area of, against S2G in the garage. So yeah, China meaning business right away with that 20 points, and they're going to be looking strong. But of course, is that going to put them number 1 on the overall ranking?
If it is going to be close right there, you look at LGD, yeah, China in that number 1 position in this match. We'll see how far they go up on the overall rankings, though, especially considering that you got Alula right there in 11th place, only 3 points. Their worst performance so far, but still, you know, a great day. They just got to now just finish strong in that second half.
Yeah, that's going to be the hope for them. Regnum Kara, the 0 points just keep rolling on in. I need to see something from this squad. It's just such a storied roster. We need to see more. But here we go. LGD indeed will be snuffing out Alula from first place by just a singular point. And that's without a chicken dinner going their way. So really hot Jukes. They're looking so good. Keep in mind, because of the tiebreakers, you do want to get some chicken dinners at one point. But regardless, without a single win, they will be number 1 with 39 points. China on top.
Yeah, I mean, 39 points in 3 matches, folks. That is a great start to the day. Going into the second half, though, talk about the second half of these overall rankings here, man. Who do you think is your biggest kind of shock so far, at least for the first 3 matches?
Like, you know, in a negative, or you mean in a positive
negative
light?
way.
Negative? I would say Regnum. Yeah, I was expecting. Literally, they got 7 eliminations on their first game on Rondo. That's 2 bubbles back-to-back on Orangle. No points in game 2 or 3 combined. Regnum Karya with this insane lineup, right? And especially got new addition, 1 new player on the lineup. I'm expecting way more from these guys. Ling S, though, going to be your top fragger of the game. 11 eliminations.
Wow.
He's doing huge numbers. But Quick, also 10 eliminations to his name. Even if they don't get a win, it seems like Hot Jukes, he's just up there once more.
Is that right?
Is this correct?
Yeah, I think they got 3 points in the last game, right?
Actually, it might be all the games combined then, because I was like...
yeah. That
so you lied to me earlier.
Okay, I mean, it made sense. Oh, the damage made sense, right? But now it might be all the matches here. Yeah, because, yeah, that definitely makes sense. Yeah, Ling S11 so far looking good as we take a look at the damage.
Waiting on an evolution. Yo. Come in. Yeah. If you wanna come and get some. Yo. Nothing we can't overcome. Run in. Sure as we rise with the sun. Yo. We will arise and become stunning. Watch for the revolution. You can't stop what's begun. It's coming. Wait. It's coming. Wait. It's coming. Just you wait. Yo. It's getting wild out here. One by one, we watch them all falling. It's getting wild out here. And I'ma be the last one standing. You can't stop what's begun. You can't stop a revolution. Come in. It's getting wild out here. It's getting wild. Watch me do my favorite dance 'cause it's all good. You would do the same thing, I promise you would. Oh. Got me feeling so high, never come down. These good vibes never run out. And they can't take my shine. This feeling is one of
nothing you can do. I'm feeling brand new, and even when I'm down, I'm still cool. There's no way I can lose. I feel invincible, that's just what I choose. Yeah, feeling good's the choice. Now scream it out with your voice. Yeah, my time has arrived, cause I'm feeling so alive.
Welcome back, everybody, as we go into the second half of the PUBG Mobile Macau Invitational. All these top players from all over the world have gone to the beautiful city of Macau to compete in this insane tournament. And we'll see who is going to end up on top here for these two groups, as we are now facing, just a quick reminder, this is Group Red versus Group Green. And as we look at these different team names and looking at the top of the leaderboards, are you still feeling that Group Green is the group of deathmatch? What do you think?
Yes, I still believe they are the group of death. I mean, do you think it's another team after how things have gone so far?
I mean, it's honestly, it's pretty dang close, right? I mean, we got Bigatron in third place. You got
Furia,
Alula in second. Yeah. I mean,
Thunder
so
Talk?
Definitely, yeah. So we got a lot of the top squads from Group Green there. You know, it just so happens first place is from Group Red. That's LGD with a great game in this last one. But honestly, I think we're going to see some definite changes in leaderboards going into the second half. I mean, this lobby is so stacked. They're going to win the game, and they're going to win the game big.
Yeah, most definitely. I feel like these games are definitely going to try and build a lot of momentum for these players, for all these teams. But yeah, Group Green is just looking insane. Bigatron's looking so decisive with their plays. Furia, sure. You know what? Again, I was very critical in the last play when they didn't send on to Thunder Talk. But overall, if you look at the entirety of today, condensed into one sentence, it's pretty damn good. So very happy for them and the side of Brazil. And then Alula, just blowing out teams from the water in game 1, game 2 also a really strong finish thanks to Quick in particular. So I wonder if they can keep it high on the rankings for the entirety of MENA. And I'm seeing Silas yawning on screen, which not a good sign because they're also sleeping in game right now. I've seen Hot Chicks, yeah.
Yeah, they definitely are. I mean, they're in last place right now. I think he needs to diet back. You know what I'm saying? Mix things up here. Fortunately, not going to be able to do that here in the second half of today. I think they could definitely push themselves up without a doubt. We know that all these squads definitely can. It's just you got to do it here sooner than later. I mean, this is the last Erangel we are going to be competing in today, and then we're going to be going into Miramar, Max.
They got to do something. I am waiting for it. Look at that. Putting their glasses on too. Locked in. No blue light for our eyes. No.
No.
Oh no. Actually, looking at their position now, they're going to be dropping. They're going to go back to normally Rozhok, right? That's their drop location every single day of the week. They love to go Rozhok. It is their drop location for the past few years now. And it's dead center. Actually, this is going to be quite interesting to see in the future if we see maybe Orangutan requalify for global event.
Yeah.
Regnum Kara is playing because they dropped Rozhok too. We saw last year they didn't clash, so I am just curious how that would happen because I'm always excited to see hot drops and how teams maneuver their way around it. So yeah, Orangutan versus the side of Regnum could be a thing. Maybe not, well, not at PMWC because Regnum's not there, so that's going to be easily going the way of Orangutan, but maybe at PMGC if they both qualify, that could be exciting, Hot Jukes.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely can for sure. Hopefully we see, Regnum Karia step it up here because we're not going to see them, like you mentioned, in that World Cup. I mean, this is their chance, right, to put some money on the board because we're not going to see them for a hot minute possibly. So let's see what they could do here in the last Erangel of the day. And one thing I just definitely noticed is, like, yeah, these teams, you can see they got their papers there. With the last game, we didn't see a single player go out until 15 minutes in. Let's see if it's going to be the same here as we go into the final Erangel match, match 4. And we're going to see some serious... I already got a feeling as we take a look at this playing path. And it looks like it is going to be almost right down the middle here, Max.
Yeah, this is the best plane so far today. Going to be great for the teams. I do wonder if Aurora is going to go back to Saverni. It is closer, but knowing them, they might want to go back to military base and go for a bit of a stretch. But definitely a good plane for all of these guys. Rozhok, easy drop for the side of Regnum Karia. And I'm going to say for them in particular, for years now, and tell me if you agree or not, Hot Jukes, but I feel like when you're looking at the Turkish powerhouse in PUBG Mobile Esports, you've got so many big names, big players, big teams. But for the longest time, Regnum Karia has been like the bannermen for all of Turkey, representing them, it feels like, every single global event. And I feel like now the baton has been passed to Ulf, that is in Group Yellow playing tomorrow. They need to step up here because otherwise Ulf, I would have to say, is going to be undeniably the best team currently in Turkey.
I think that's a good shout. I really do. I mean, Regnum Karia not making it, right, to the World Cup is a huge blow to them, and the fact that they're in last place here is not a good look either, right? So and Ulf popped off as we finally finally see a Southern Circle, the last Aaron Gale of the day. Not disappointing, Max. We're going to military.
Aurora's like, it should have been me. We should have dropped down in southern side of the map. But they didn't do it, unfortunately. Actually, we did see for a few seconds there something on a minimap that was very interesting, very insightful. Yangon Galacticos has got a 3-1 drop. They got 3 players in crates and George Pole. 1 player, I believe it's Romeo, in Boatyard. So he's way out of the way. That's what, an extra 1,000 meters, 1.5k meters away from his squad. So hopefully he doesn't get caught with his pants down by the likes of maybe Regnum, D plus Kia, even the side of KRX that are just lingering around Gatka Fields. So just got to be a little bit careful. And same for Alpha 7. For a few seconds there, they had 1 player to the east near Box Compound and actually just got up a car from the garage and regrouped with his squad mates instantly. So Alpha 7, that's some good early pivots. I do like it. And that's a good, juicy hovercraft. How can a hovercraft be juicy? I have no idea. But it is juicy. That's all I can say, Hot Troops. And it is going to the way of S2G.
Yes, and they'll take that here as they're heading down south. They're going to be the first team, well, pretty much actually kind of tied with Alula as they are on the other bridge right now, heading into Sosnovka. So they are going to be set up trying to get to that military base sooner than later and get looted up. Because you can see right now, Quick, he's got nothing on him.
Nothing at all. Syria also going to be looting up good old prison itself. Looking at the rotates here, because it's a very high likelihood. There's still a chance, I would say maybe 15% chance it goes to mainland this game.
Yeah.
Very precise numbers, by the way. I know, but
I was gonna say 14.99, but you know, I agree.
I think you're actually right. Sorry, my math was all over the place. By the way, Wild eliminated by Chips very early, so we don't hit the 15-minute mark with 64 players. It's just not happening, and it happens on their pivot. Right to the east of Potato Hill, actually, so that's kind of unfortunate. As Razy also using the hovercraft. Man, people are getting very experimental with their rotations, and I'm loving it. I like what I see.
Mix it up, right? Razy say, you know what, guys? I'll find us a spot into this next circle as he is gliding on in. But man, you know, Regnum, we just talked about them, right? Losing a player, the first player in this match, is another terrible sign for them. So they're going to have to make something happen with 3 players.
Actually, I have a very interesting topic. I don't know how much you watched of PEL, but in PEL, they have this very interesting rotation that they do mainly when you have a military island circle shift. They take horses and puts them on the wings of the gliders. It's a very China rotational focused thing that they do. Okay, I don't know how to word it. It's just a way they cross the water. Are we going to see any of these Chinese teams try and do it? Because I actually do not know if it's possible in the global version of the game. I've tried it and I failed. I don't know if it's because I suck or something, but I was not able to do it. And I wonder if they're going to give it a shot and see if it works or not on the global version. That would be quite insightful to witness.
I wonder what kind of carrots you got to give the horse to make that commitment, right? To fly on the top of a glider. That would be the most insane play. We're going to see Thunder Talk. They're taking a glider. Where are the horses?
No horses here.
That would be insane. Oh my goodness. I love it. Honestly, I love to see innovation. I love to see esports players pull out any possible thing from their bag to get an advantage in this game.
Oh, most definitely. I mean, you got to. It's cool too because gliders are... I would never recommend anyone to use a glider unless it's on a very early game rotation where you know as a fact there's not many teams that are going to look to kind of damper your rotation and shut it down in any way, shape, or form. They're going to do it here. Easy rotation in the glider on the eastern side for Thunder Talk. Western side, we had Razy with a glider. He did it literally before phase 1 started closing around them. So you are sure 100% no one's going to be there to shut down your rotation in the sky. So yeah, good timing. If there's a time to use the glider, it would be now. And those 2 squads in particular did it perfectly.
Well, speaking of timing, right? A few teams are not too happy about it, right? Alpha 7 going to take their sweet time on down south. Aurora as well, just kicking themselves because this is usually their spot. They're usually locked in now, but they're on the opposite side of the map. RRQ still in Zarky too. Man, they're eating blue zone. They're going to have a rough time getting into this zone because look at this, Max. This map, I mean, almost all the spots in military are already taken. Just like that.
So quick. I mean, you still have a few areas in military itself, right?
There's
You've got C block available. So if you are proficient with your scouting, you should be able to find it. But you definitely want to scout because you've got, what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You've got 8 teams already on military, and it's going to increase significantly because half the lobby is still on mainland up north. And actually, I'm looking at the map. Some teams are very slow on their rotation for a circle that is almost 100% locked in to go on military. Alpha 7 are
how proficient these guys are at just shooting you out of vehicle. If they even spot one, they are going to make sure that they pop you out real quick. Galacticos getting a nice knock there onto LGD. They'll take that. I'll tied for first place. Right below them, Bigatron and D plus Kia as well with 30 points, looking solid.
I love this.
The rest of these teams up here now.
Just like Yangon Galacticos. And I love seeing Yangon Galacticos showing aggression. I want to see willingness to commit to fights when you create an advantage for yourself, which so far they've done successfully onto the side of LG. Confirm that elimination. Getaway G. Nicely done. Romeo with an aid will get that juicy point. I don't know what it is with me and the word juicy. I just want to keep saying it today. The other trend is that every day I get a daily word that I just love using, and today's the word juicy. No idea why.
I think it's because you just saw that big, beautiful hovercraft, and you were just like, man, it looks good. And I get it, right? Especially.
Just don't put a crate actually, and I got a skin on the hovercraft, so maybe that's why. I'm just like, wait.
That's what it is.
Yes, it is, definitely.
The glider blown up, so that play is definitely out of mind. It's way too dang late to touch that thing, that's for sure. So they are in the vehicle, Young Galacticos. So they'll just take that point and get out of here. I think that's a great play, right? Prioritize zone. And this zone is going to be a bridge circle. So that actually is a great opportunity for these teams on the north side to buy themselves a little bit more time here and try to get this next circle.